It's that time of year when you're starting to get full-size tomatoes that just don't seem to want to turn red and perpetually want to stay green. So today's video, we're actually going to look at the science behind what you need to do to get your tomatoes to ripen. I know the internet says to remove the tops, remove more leaves, maybe give them a little bit more potassium, but we're going to look at the reality of all those hacks and if there's any truth to be told when it comes to internet ideas. Because I'm a ginger, we are going to move into the shade because those tomatoes are an incredible amount of sunlight, which will result in my extinction. But you know what? They're loving it. And that's actually one of the hacks on the internet is simply expose them to more light. Now, here's the thing. If you don't have a lot of flowers, exposing your tomato plant to more light is absolutely the solution. If you have a very long, leggy plant with very big spacing in between each leaf, what we call the internode, then yes, more light is incredibly important for success. But what if I told you when it comes to tomatoes ripening, it does absolutely nothing and actually can hinder the entire process? Now, your average tomato, regardless of size, usually takes somewhere between 40 to 60 days after it's been fully pollinated to turn into a ripe tomato. Things like cooler nights, cooler days, some lack of sun, even too many flower clusters or too many tomatoes on the plant, all actually do contribute to a slower ripening of the plant. So while it's full-sized inside, remember, the purpose of the fruit is to make seed, which then will allow the plant to reproduce. So while the outer shell is done, the inside seeds are not, and that needs to happen long before your tomato is edible. So question number one actually becomes, has that tomato been ripe, big enough for long enough in order for the ripening process to take place? Because if it hasn't been, putting things like bananas beside it, exposing it to more light, putting more potassium in it, trimming more leaves off, topping it, none of this is going to do anything because the tomato is just simply not at the state it needs to be at for anything to happen. Now, oddly enough, if the temperatures get over 29 to 30 degrees Celsius or 85 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, the whole red ripening process completely stops. It has to be lower than that. Now, that red pigment is what we call lycopene, but they also do produce carotenoids, which give us those yellow and those orange pigments as well. And under that heat, the actual production of the fruit does not stop. It continues to grow and develop and do its thing. It's the actual pigmentation that is stalled. So what this means is if your forecast is showing really extreme heat and you have some signs of pigmentation on the fruit, it may be in your best interest to actually remove that tomato and bring it indoors, allowing it to ripen on the counter. Now, I have a whole video on how that does not affect flavor, how it does not affect the size of the plant, how it does not affect its nutrients, etc. and so forth. So go check that out if you want more information on that. But if you want to take my word for it, bring it inside, it makes no difference. Now, in the world of commercial tomato harvesting or making, they all get harvested at what we call the breaker stage, which is the stage in which we are starting to see some blushing on the plant. That's when they are actually removed from the plant and then put into kind of a storage mode. The benefit to this is that it prevents the plant against resulting in that kind of cracking that we tend to see if the tomato's on the plant and it starts expanding too quick due to overwatering or rain. It also stops, blossom end rot from happening or getting worse. It also stops predation. And of course, if we're talking about high heat, high sun, sun's cold. So ethylene gas is actually what starts the entire process of ripening, which is why the hack or the idea behind putting tomatoes, bananas, or I guess ripe tomatoes beside your struggling plant will actually help to increase the plant's ripening process or speed it up. Now, this is because tomato plants are very specifically climateric fruits. Plants, there's always plants. Everyone's like, there's so many cuts in your videos. It's because of that. Now, in short, what this means for tomatoes is that their entire ripening process involves an increase in respiration and ultimately the production of this ethylene gas. Without a higher production of it, our plants don't ripen. Now, ethylene gas doesn't just signal for ripening. It does actually a lot of different things that actually signal to ripen. So, for example, what it will do is it will soften cell walls. It will actually change how chlorophyll is acting. The aroma that makes tomatoes smell like tomatoes increases as well. And the reality here is that if you have a green tomato that's undersized and not fully ready to roll, you will have a tomato that just simply does not respond to ethylene gas, regardless of where the ethylene gas comes from. Bananas, tomatoes on the counter or surrounding tomato plants that are beginning to ripen. Now, if you harvest them when I said to harvest them and you actually take them indoors, put them in a paper bag with bananas in an enclosed environment, and they are actually of size, you can get them to ripen a little bit quicker. The next claim is adding potassium. And now there is a little bit of truth to this claim, but a very minute amount. A genuinely deficient potassium plant will have slower initiation of ripening, smaller fruits, kind of all of that sort of stuff. It's very indicative of a potassium shortage. But if you have sufficient potassium, it is not going to override the heat stress, the excessive levels of sun, potentially changes or volatility in the watering, you name it. Now, while the addition of adding potassium isn't going to kill your plant by any stretch of the imagination, it's just kind of a waste of money. So if you want to go this route, you can, but it's very unlikely to do anything. And if it does, it's a very likely just happenstance. It's not an actual potassium deficiency, particularly when it's coupled with all of those other conditions we spoke about. Now, next tip is actually topping the plant. So this involves the removal of the top of your plant. And you've heard me actually say this before as well. Now, this does not increase ripening. It's not going to ripen something that is under heat stress. What it will do is it will speed up the process of fruit development on the tomatoes that are in existence. So it'll cause them to flush out a little bit faster and focus less on new growth and flower production, particularly as the temperatures begin to decrease. So doing this in July makes absolutely no sense and is actually incredibly detrimental. What I would prefer you do is you do this sometime in mid-August. That's when it does make the most sense and will actually give you the results you're looking for, but not for ripening. Again, it's just for that kind of fruit development. This also goes for very heavy-duty pruning, which I do not do. I just do the topping because your leaves are solar panels. Those solar panels help develop carbohydrates, which in turn feed the production of those fruits. So stripping the plant bare is drastically different than topping. While it does cause stress and it will cause development, it's not a necessary stress when you have something in the tool closet like topping of the tomato. So what the heck should you be doing if you have fully grown tomatoes, in your opinion, that are just simply are not ripening? Well, if your temperatures are above that 30 degrees Celsius mark or 89 degrees Fahrenheit, then what you may want to do is actually remove them from the plant and bring them indoors. This is particularly true if you're starting to see breaker stage activity. Breaker stage activity is a great indicator that it is time to actually remove them from the plant and bring them inside. So if we're ending up at the end of the season or later in the season, say August, for example, mid-August, then topping of the plant can help. I would never strip the plant bare. That's not going to help you in any capacity. You can add potassium, but the reality is it's probably not. The issue is very likely your temperatures. Your tomatoes need to be somewhere around 25 degrees Celsius in order for them to ripen correctly. Your nighttime temps are high, your daytime temps are high, your plant is just getting way too much heat. Your alternative to this is if you don't want to wait for breaker stage, if you don't want to remove those tomatoes because you're adamant that it needs to stay on the plant, then your only real saving grace is going to be actually pruning for airflow to increase or decrease the temperature, the island effect, which we talked about earlier this year in some videos, or the utilization of shade cloth, which will actually bring the temperature down slightly, prevent against that sun scalding that we can see, and you guys get the rest of the idea. Now, with that being said, you guys can watch this video right here because that is my most ridiculous tomato hacks on the internet that should not exist scientifically. And that is what Google says you should watch next. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.